you always have to balance the interest of the employee, the interest of the country, and therefore always going back to, yes, we can give more, but can the country afford? If you can't afford, then I can't give you what I don't have. And sometimes it gets to that. The second thing is to remember is that cost of living does not just affect public officers, it affects everybody. So much as we may say as public officers, we deserve to be compensated to the extent of cost of living, we must ask that question, what about the rest of the citizens? Are they being cushioned by who and how? Because cost of living is not unique to employees in the public service. It affects all of us equally. And therefore, that cannot be a rationale to say because cost of living has gone up, then we deserve to be paid at the expense of the taxpayers. And I always say we must remember as public officers that the person paying you is the taxpayer. That taxpayer also deserves to be part of this conversation, to say what is the import of saying we must be compensated to the full extent of COLA, right? It will always negatively impact on the citizen. So that's the balance, is to understand we can't. But the other thing is to say, if the public officers, and I'm talking here about actually the institutions, if productivity is embraced and productivity goes up, remuneration will go up. There is a clear correlation between high productivity and better remuneration. Where we are today is low labor productivity, demand for high wage. The two cannot go together. So that is where the conversation needs to move. When you demand a higher pay, the conversation to be, can you show me whether your productivity is gone up? And we've got to reach a place in the country where when we talk about salary increments, we must ask about productivity. If there is no increase in productivity, then ideally we shouldn't be talking about a pay review. So that is where the link is not yet as it should be in Kenya today. There has to be a clear link between wage increase and labor productivity increase.